he had some tough times early on in life, and he's persevered, and he's really come up in the ranks and become a global superstar.
From the start, he was free-spirited, and he brought this flair that we really haven't seen.
He's pretty skillful, but I think one of his best qualities is just his determination. He wants to be the best on the field every time. It's not like he's the most athletic person in the world or anything like that, but he has this country strength. It's hard to describe. He's just a strong kid, and he kind of bulls his way through situations sometimes, and then he also has, good skill and ability to beat you like that as well.
It's 3-on-2 for Seattle. It's Clint Dempsey in the area. Oh, it's Clint Dempsey getting his first goal of the season.
We haven't produced a lot of American players with as much flair, or at least the mindset to try as much as Clint Dempsey tries to do on a soccer field, and it's refreshing in a lot of ways when you see somebody with that different mold.
What a flick that is! Up towards Pepper again! Oh, it's lost it, and it's there by Dempsey!
Extremely talented, hungry for goals, very intuitive, great instincts.
He has the good quality that he makes everybody's game easy.
Well, the one thing that sets Clint apart from everybody else, particularly the US, is that he gets in the box and scores goals.
He takes over games and he's not afraid of a challenge, which is, you don't often find that with a guy that's skillful, and that's a massive attribute.
He has this sort of imagination during a game, doing what sometimes we think is the unthinkable. We're always waiting for Clint Dempsey to do something special. That's what makes it so much fun to watch.
I would call him an old-fashioned central midfielder who would do a job in the middle of the park defensively, whether it was making challenges, winning the ball back, but really came alive when the ball was in and around the penalty box, and would get on the end of things purely by instinct, and that's why he scores so many goals.
He was someone that could definitely look at another player in the eye and look at him and say, I'm going to be better than you today. And he had that competitive edge and that drive that he wanted to be the best.
Inside, there's a fire, you can see it in his eyes. He's got that look, and he leads by example.
I don't think he's kind of the rah-rah guy. He was never a guy that was the guy in front of the group and trying to be a leader in that sense, but you knew what you were going to get from him.
He's got himself to the top because he leads himself more than anything else.
He's the kind of guy you want to be in a ditch with, and digging yourself out. He's the guy when you got to bunker down, he's the kind of guy you want. And I think that's why they made him the captain of the team. Jurgen Klinsmann is very aware of who people look up to, who his teammates look up to, who they respect.
He's always had to scrap and fight and prove himself, and I think he's getting to that point where, all right, now this guy takes over. He's a captain of our national team now, and guys feel that, and they know where he's from, they know what he's done, and we all feed off of that.
When you need a kick in the backside, you know he'll do it, and when a guy needs someone to go and pat him on the back, you need that too, and I think that's why he's been chosen to be the captain, because he brings all of those things.
Dempsey! Oh! It is a picture goal from the skipper!
It's the highest honor for a player to be a captain of any team that participates in the World Cup.
I think to captain your country at any stage, at any time, at any game, never mind a World Cup, has to be the best feeling. You're leading a country out, basically. You might have 10 men behind you, but you've actually got a country behind you.
Clint Dempsey's scoring streak carries on.
If you look at it, he's scored a lot of goals, a lot of important goals, qualifiers, World Cups, and everything he's played in, he's been a big part of it. So, I mean, as far as legacy, he's up there with the best of them.
I think Clint's mark is still not defined. Now he's come back to the U.S. after having a very successful European career. He came back here now to help the league grow.
Have you made up your mind?
And I think that ultimately, as Major League Soccer grows and he continues to do well with the national team, will be a big part of his legacy.
I think the mark he's leaving is for young kids to look up at Clint and think if Clint can go from a small town in Nagadocious, I think that tells everybody in the US they can achieve their goals as well if they dream long enough.
I think he embodies, you know, American soccer or American culture all in one guy. You know, that grittiness comes from the bottom and kind of wants to prove himself and you know, that American dream sort of thing.
Clint, in one word, competitor.
Desire.
Exciting.
Strong.
Amazing.
Daring.
The best player in MLS.
A great football player.
Soccer, when you're a kid, is just everywhere you look in Kearney. Your dad's coaching, your friends are kicking the ball around on the playground, and so it becomes ingrained as part of your life. Soccer is everything that you kind of live for.